Speaking of signings, let's go into the league we know and love.
Let's go.
The reason why we're here. The Minnesota Vikings and Justin Jefferson agreed on a new agreement, 4-year contract extension worth $140 million, including $110 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I've been saying it for weeks. He's going to get that 35 a year mark. It happened. A lot of people were, on the fence about him wanting to get out of there because of the quarterback situation, this and that. But it's like, you're not going to turn that money down. Typically you don't want to build around wide receivers unless you're starting a dynasty team.
What?
That's a little dynasty dining talking to you right there. But the Vikings, they got one of the best in the game. They're going to build around him, obviously. What is our initial reaction, Brother Brown?
JJ to JJ.
JJ to JJ, baby.
We went
for
the next
4 years at least.
Yeah, they had to keep him, right? As their best player. So, makes sense. Just hopefully it works out. Because, sometimes, Randy Moss, it doesn't work out.
Why'd you got to do that?
Sometimes don't work out. That's all I was saying.
Flinch, what are you thinking, man? Jay Jetta's new contract, man. Big money. He gets paid.
Like you said, man, you can't pass up that money. $35 million a year. That's generational money. But it also shows that, might have faith in J.J. McCarthy throwing him the ball. He playing with him for the next, 4 or 5 years. Better hope he can throw the ball.
If you ask me, who's the true winner of this? Obviously, it's Jay Jetta's and his family getting generational wealth and, getting the highest paid all time outside of not being a quarterback. But it might be CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase.
I was about to bring that up.
They're next.
Yeah.
We'll see if Dallas will pay CeeDee Lamb this money, which I think they're waiting on that just to see what sort of tier Jay Jettas will be paid on, because closest to Justin Jefferson is Jamar Chase out of the two, performance-wise. CeeDee Lamb is probably just a touch under this number. I could probably see him in the range between 28 and 30.
Yeah.
He sprouted a little later, too. He didn't have that big of an impact. Yeah.
Jamar, you could probably see him. I don't know if he's touching 35 a year, but for what he's done with his team in such a short period of time, I think he's got to be up there, man. You're probably looking between 31, 32, maybe even pushing 34.
All right, because I was going to say 32, so I'm glad we're on the same page.
So obviously, Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb, they're also the winners in this because they're going to get their contract next. But on the other side of the spectrum, what do you think this means for Brandon Aiyuk? Because now we're at the post June 1 mark.
Yep.
A lot of these teams are getting some more money in off of their cuts. I forget exactly how much the San Francisco 49ers are bringing in, but what do you say? What do we think is going to happen? Is there going to be a move for Brandon Aiyuk, or is he staying put? Is he going to get paid?
It's tough because I know they got Ricky, which that surprised everybody. So I think they got him just in case Aiyuk did walk, but they should pay him. Having him definitely helps. It's like the same situation with T. Higgins. It's to have him, to pay him, that'd be great. But do we have the money to pay him and the rest of our guys? Probably not.
Yeah, man. So, in his range, you're probably looking. He's so tough because what did Waddle just get? You're probably looking at a contract like Waddle's, if you ask me, for Brandon Aiyuk.
What do you get? 25, 28?
I can't remember. It's definitely in that range for sure, but I don't know, man. It's a tough decision because Aiyuk, you could easily say he's a wide receiver one just with the way they use Deebo Samuel, and he has a huge impact for that San Francisco 49ers
for
offense.
Sure. 1A, 1B type of deal.
But it's just a matter of they got to look ahead, man.
Yeah.
They're paying Deebo, paying Kittle, paying CMC, who is one of the top paid running backs in the league.
For a reason.
And you know what contract is coming next.
Who? Donnie's not here.
Brock
Purdy.
It's coming pretty soon.
Pretty good.
And if he keeps playing like the way he's playing, he's going to get paid at the top of the line too.
He has to.
So you're kind of in that middle ground. It's like, you can still afford a Brandon Aiyuk contract, but is it going to be a number that he agrees with? We'll have to wait and see.
Probably not.
We'll see what happens in Miami as well, because obviously Tyreek Hill's seeing this and like, oh, yo,
I'm better than him.
we might have to adjust his contract.
Right.
Because you take out Tyreek Hill out of that Miami Dolphins offense.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
But didn't he say that after his contract is right now he wanted to retire?
You did say that.
So, but
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll see,
if they're throwing around wide receiver money like they are now, shoot, he might have to stay.
That brings us to my next point. Are we going to see, like, we're seeing the money get thrown around like crazy in the wide receiver room, but at the same time, we see all this talent coming out of college. 7 wide receivers selected in the first round.
Jeez.
When our team's going to realize, like, okay, like, yeah, we got a number 1 bona fide wide receiver right now, a superstar. But if we don't pay him and let him walk, we still got a shot at replacing him.
Right.
Potentially even better receiver or just as good. So what's your guys' opinion on that? Like, do we see at some point soon where it's like, okay, there's going to be a cap put on these wide receivers? Around 35, 36 million a season. Like, is that going to be the cap? Because it's outside of quarterback is the highest position paid right now offensively. So it's like, I don't know. It sort of diminishes the running back market as well. So are we going to see a cap get put on this wide receiver room or what? What are we thinking?
I think we're going to have to. Just to kind of divide the wealth between the team.
That's it.
Divide the wealth between the team. That's all I got.
Like you said, though, like with the running backs, like I thought that was going to be messed up. And then they started getting paid last year. But I feel like Justin Jefferson, like, I mean, I feel like he like low key like saved like the wide receivers and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you see CeeDee, like Chase, they're not going to go, I don't think they're going to go over their money. Like they're 35, but like you said though.
So you're saying like Jefferson is definitely the standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's just one of one, I think, personally. Like I think Chase is good, but I just like, after I saw that one-handed catch against the Bills, I was like, yo, this guy's God.
I don't know though, because there's going to be so many receivers now that it's like,
right?
Do we need to pay this guy and we could just go get someone?
Yeah, that's my question, bro. Like, are they going to put like a cap on this at some point, or?
But these wide receivers are going to. I mean, you said 7 in the first round, but I mean, we don't know how Malik Neighbors is going to go. I mean, he's getting Daniel Jones throwing the ball. We don't know.
Like, right. I mean, like I forget the exact number. I seen this a couple weeks ago. I think. Out of the top 10, like highest paid receivers, only like a small selection of them were picked in any round before, like the first or second round. A lot of them you see are getting selected in like 4th or 5th round. The guys that are getting paid top of the league right now, other than Jefferson, obviously, and Waddle. But
yeah, a few of them.
Where was Chase?
I think
he was first round.
But I mean, he's not. He didn't get his contract yet. So,
right.
But he'll be in that conversation.
Yeah, definitely
pretty soon. But.
What's that mean for T. Higgins?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because they can't pay both of them. So
I'll say though, Indianapolis got away with a good ass contract with Michael Pittman. Because if they would have waited any longer, who knows if they had the money to pay him regardless of whatever the contract was, but
it would have hurt.
It would have hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think 23 year for Pittman, pretty solid
compared
to how this market is going. We'll see about A.D. Mitchell in the future, but
at the same time, you got to think like the teams that are in the mix, like Kansas City's always there. Like, look at what they're doing with their wide receivers. They got rid of Tyreek. They picked up
Super Bowls.
Exactly. They picked up Hollywood Brown for what? Probably not that much. Yeah, you picked up a rookie wide receiver. I mean, yeah, you're paying Travis Kelce a lot of money, but like at the same time, they're getting it done with not paying top dollar. You know, same with. I mean, I don't know how much Debo and Brandon Aiyuk are doing it, but they were in the Super Bowl. I mean, they're paying Kittle probably and CMC good money, but at the end of the day, like they're doing it like cheap, you know? Like they're not paying. They don't have to pay a Jay Jettis $35 million, and they're always in it. So